Well, hello everybody. Don from iOptimize Realty here at the HondaJet factory. Just got some maintenance done and just completed my annual recurrent training. Trying to get home in between some thunderstorms, so it's going to be an interesting flight. I've done a lot of what I have to do for pre-flight because I got to move quick. As you can see, there's some storms that moved out of the area, but I'm not waiting for the next ones to come in. I'm going to do some turns here. Okay, so now I can talk to ground. As I said, I've done 99% of what I had to do because we got to get up and out. But if you look at my other videos, I go through a lot of the steps prior to takeoff. Right now I'm going to set my park and brake. I have my pre-departure clearance. Navigation is set. Flight guidance. We're going to be Felch, VNAV, up to 5,000 feet. Runway heading on departure. Now I'm going to put my radar on. Let that get going. And I'm going to set my tilt on the radar up because we're going to be going up. Takeoff briefing. So we're taking off runway 23.
We get you a little bit better of a time.
The worst cloud, the worst thunderstorms have passed off. I waited for that, which is prudent. I saw some plane taking off with the stuff right over me and over us, and I thought that was stupid. Radar is on. Ice protection not needed. It looks like the runway is drying out, which is nice. So I'm using my checklist here. Next thing will be landing gear. Now we're going to call ground. Greensboro ground, HondaJet 430 Delta Charlie at HondaJet service. Ready to taxi. Assume runway 23 left.
HondaJet 430 Delta Charlie, Greensboro ground, runway 23 left, taxi via Mike.
By Mike, 23 left, and I have the PDC for HondaJet 0 Delta Charlie.
Roger that.
So that told him I do have the pre-departure clearance. Tower, HondaJet 430 Delta Charlie, ready for takeoff, 23 left.
HondaJet 430 Delta Charlie, Greensboro Tower, roger, traffic on a 3-mile final.
Roger the traffic, holding short here, 23 left, HondaJet 0 Delta Charlie. Okay, set the brake. One thing when you're in maintenance, you got to check everything. I mean, it's the little things, but like my volume knobs, we're way down. But, you know, you'll go to use a radio and they'll hear you, you won't hear them. I've had that happen before coming out of maintenance. So you got to check all your switches, of course. So we're waiting for the traffic. You can see him here. So traffic's here, radar's here, next red, and flight path. It's my primary flight display, co-pilot's primary flight display. This is called the MFD. And over here is my checklist. So after takeoff, my next thing will be landing gear. And there's the plane we were waiting for.
Sure, Delta Charlie, turn left heading 190, runway 23 left, clear for takeoff.
190 on departure, 23 left, clear for takeoff up to 5,000 feet, 0 Delta Charlie. Reason I say up to 5,000 feet, he didn't, that's what is in my pre-departure clearance, but I'm just now double confirming that, not a bad thing to do. He knows that that's what I know, and that's where I'm going to be. Okay. We're going to taxi out, line up, hold brakes until full power, then brake release, even though it's a nice long runway. Right, you want to get center line. Get lined up nice. Okay, holding brakes. Now, full power. Wait for the needles to get to the carrots. They have. Okay. Right hand on the throttle, left hand on the yoke. And we're monitoring, cross-checking speed, keeping the center line on the runway, and looking for B1. And there is rotation speed. There we go. Gear comes up, MCT, maximum continuous thrust. And flaps are coming up. Going up to 5,000 feet, hand flying a little bit. I started my left turn. And we're going to select 210 on the speed.
HondaJet 0 Delta Charlie, contact departure, have a safe flight.
Over to departure, 0 Delta Charlie. A little bit more on the turn, 210. And going to 5,000. Switch. Okay, still hand flying. Rolling straight. Still climbing. MCT. Got the heading bug nailed. 3,000 for 5,000.
Making sure I didn't put my hand on the car.
Hello, departure, HondaJet 430 Delta Charlie, 3,600 feet for 5,000 assigned heading 190.
HondaJet 430 Delta Charlie, Greensboro, departure radar contact, climb, maintain 12000, turn left direct Genie.
Left direct Genie, 12000, HondaJet 430 Delta Charlie.
Lattice 4 X-ray,
Right.
contact Atlanta Center 128.8.
Left direct Genie.
123.824 X-ray, Julie.
Spin that around. Push those down a hair. A good climb speed, and he said 12,000. Still hand flying. Having a little fun. Good practice, right? Just came out of the simulator. It's good to practice. Alright, so there's direct Genie. Hit the Felch, and we'll say 210 was the speed I want. Go back to our checklist on the left. Landing gear is done. Yaw dampener is done. Continuing to climb to 12,000. Turning left towards Genie. We've set that up. Flaps are up. We confirm that. Thrust levers are MCT. We are. Flight guidance as required. It's all done. Okay. Now we check pressurization. Come back to 210 on the climb rate.
Crescent 302, proceed on course at Spartanburg Airport, contact
climb speed and roll out the turn. Actually, not roll it out yet, because I got to turn more to be a little direct Genie. Because as you're turning, you're moving. Alright, so that looks like direct Genie. Okay, turn right now, and still climbing. Got my climb checklist up. Pressurizing, yep. Altimeter standard, not yet. Alright, still hand flying.
On Jet 0 Delta Charlie, just waiting on the handoff with centers. Area of moderate to heavy precipitation, 10 to 10 miles, about 15 miles in diameter.
Yeah, it looks like I need an immediate right turn. Right turn now. I need about 40 right.
November 0 Delta Charlie, turn right 40 degrees.
Right 40, 0 Delta Charlie. Yeah, we're close to that. That is not good. 60 right for 0 Delta Charlie, turning to a heading of 120.
November 0 Delta Charlie, turn right heading 120.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yep, you can see it there, you can see it there.
You want to try, November 0 Delta Charlie, you want to try to get north of that weather?
Northeast of it.
Okay, November 0 Delta Charlie, continue your right turn heading 330. That'll bring you back around to the west side to go north of that weather.
Negative, can't do that. That would put me right into according to next red. The way I'm facing right now on a 112 heading, no, weather's not a factor. Can I stay on this for a bit?
How long do you need?
Until I'm clear of this weather, so probably about 10 minutes.
November 0 Delta Charlie, roger, stand by for coordination. You're heading towards Raleigh's airspace.
Okay, I got to do what I got to do.
Roger.
That is really good, because you know what, you see this? Yeah, if I did a right 360, what would it do? It would put me right back in it. So you got to stand your ground politely. Let them know. Let them know. They don't want to kill you. So I told him I needed 60, and I said, no, I need more. And this one I'm going to, and if he had said no.
0 Delta Charlie, are you able to take a 180 heading?
180, the storm's right there too. You should be seeing that too. If I can get about 10 minutes on this heading, I'll be clear of the storms as far as I can see. You want to climb me?
November 0 Delta Charlie, stand by.
That's all this got to do is climb me over RDU. This isn't that hard. No, 180 would put me right there. No, we're not doing that. Well, this was instructive. This will be a good video.
November 0 Delta Charlie, contact Washington Center 135.2. They'll have higher for you.
3520 Delta Charlie, thank you. Put on engine heat, but we're yeah. going through precip. I got to put engine heat. Hello, Wash. HondaJet 430 Delta Charlie 12,000. Requesting higher as soon as you can.
Miller 430 Delta Charlie, Washington Center, climate change. See here, flight level 210.
Flight level 210, 0 Delta Charlie. Okay, flight level 210. We're going to filch that. I want a climb speed of 210 and MCT. As you can see out the window, we're clear. But if you look at the left, and you can see it here in the next red, you don't want to go there. Can't believe the control's like, yeah, let's spin you around. No, that would spin me right back into it. Nope, can't do. And Wash Center for HondaJet 0 Delta Charlie. I can pick up a heading of about a 070 now if that works for you, and I'm clear the thunderstorm.
Yeah, that's fine. There's more weather though, and they're going pretty far east now up the line, so I'm probably going to route you out to the east.
Okay, what heading would you like me to fly?
I guess the 70 heading's fine for now. Plan on, I'm just trying to find the best way to get you up that way.
Understood. Do appreciate 0 Delta Charlie. Thank you.
430 Delta Charlie, you ready for the route?
0 Delta Charlie, ready.
0 Delta Charlie, you cleared to Farmingdale, V direct Jamie, Juliet, Alpha, Mike, Indy, Echo.
And for HondaJet 0 Delta Charlie, understand Jamie, and I believe that's spelled Juliet, Alpha, Mike, India, Echo. Rads, Quebec 439, Briggs. Then Tango 320. Then Sardi, Calverton, Deer Park, and direct.
Hey, that's correct.
0 Delta Charlie.
Booster 5606, contact Washington Center.
So we took extra fuel. When you see a crappy day,
1892, Booster 5606,
don't go short on fuel.
Yeah, American 748, contact Washington Center on 118.
Always take extra fuel if you can do it.
Now, American 748, see you.
All right, so I got to redo all my routing. Sometimes I slow down. You might wonder why, because I am cross-checking things. You got to go from thing to thing like a ping pong ball sometimes. So while I'm setting up this route, I'm still checking what the airplane is doing. Don't want to get surprised. Okay, coming into 23,000.
Sierra Alpha Whiskey Echo Delta. Charlie, contact center 12775.
2775, 0 Delta Charlie. Okay. 2775.
The 116, clear direct to Neville, maintain 220 knots on Neville buzz.
So we're in heading mode. We're not direct Jamie yet. We could be.
Number 109 Golf Alpha, clear direct Neville.
Hello, Center. HondaJet 430 Delta Charlie at flight level 230. Requesting higher when you can, and direct Jamie if we can.
Roger that. Number 430 Delta Charlie. Kind of higher for you guys here in a little bit, and I have your request.
Okay. So T320 to Sardi.
Number 403 Delta, correction, number 430 Delta Charlie, climb maintain, follow 250.
Flight level 2500 Delta Charlie.
Number 109 Golf Alpha, contact, stone approach 126.75.
Dial that into the pre-select. Belch that, and we'll give it a speed of, let's say,
Southwest 4592, set to maintain 1, correction, flight level 230.
So 2,000 feet. So go back to MCT. Still on a 070 heading. He hasn't let me go direct Jamie yet. One of the nice things about this radar is I didn't have to change the tilt. It did it automatically. Really cool. All right, just finishing the route. As you can see, you hop back and forth. Setting up the route hundreds of miles away is not like you want to do it, but I have plenty of time to do it. So I can take my time. More important, get the climb, make sure everything.
430 Delta Charlie, correct Jamie.
Correct Jamie, 0 Delta Charlie, thank you. All right. Speaking of which, all right, so hit Jamie again, direct Jamie. Now I go nav. It's about the same course, well, a few degrees different.
Requesting 10 degrees right for precipitation winds.
But that looks like it'll get us around everything. As you can see over here and over here, if I zoom that in, you cannot penetrate that. Someone might get through over here, but those pluses are lightning strikes, so that is really severe weather.
Number 430 Delta Charlie, climb maintain, follow 260.
Flight level 260 now for 0 Delta Charlie. They give me a real step climb today. I'm done with all the rooting.
Number 430 Delta Charlie, climb maintain, flight level 290.
Flight level 290 for 290 for 0 Delta Charlie.
Number 148 Alpha Alpha, descend to maintain.
I know, I say 290.
Descend to maintain, flight level 210. 430 Delta Charlie, contact Wash Center 121.87.
121.87 for 0 Delta Charlie, good day. We're doing a kind of a stair step climb today. They got to handle traffic because of the weather, a lot of diversions. Hello, Watch Center, HondaJet 430 Delta Charlie. Flight level 273 for 290.
430 Delta Charlie, Washington Center. Welcome. Climb and maintain. Let's see here. You can climb and maintain flight level 340.
340 now for HondaJet 430 Delta Charlie. Thank you.
Yeah, how good is your rate of climb?
Right now I'm doing, well, let it settle down. Probably about 2,000 feet a minute.
All right. Do you anticipate needing to deviate?
Doesn't look like it so far with the next red.
All right. It doesn't look like it to me either. Climb and maintain flight level 390 Delta Charlie.
390 Delta Charlie. Thank you. All right. Keep it going. So we're slowly climbing up. We're doing 1,300 feet a minute up.
Any chance we could get a direct Robinson zone?
Stand by.
Second record 1708 at 370.
This is painting this, I believe.
Right, of course, as needed.
So we'll be watching that. Looks like straight ahead is good, but things will pop up and build, and you got to watch. As I've said in prior videos, on days like this, it's best to do a daytime flight. You could do it at night, but it is really good to be able to look out and verify with your eyeballs.
430 Delta Charlie, contact Washington Center on 120.75.
20750 Delta Charlie, thank you. Hello, Watch Center, HondaJet 430 Delta Charlie, flight level 336 for 390.
Number 430 Delta Charlie, Washington Center, hello.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm in my descent, coming home to the New York metro area, and there's thunderstorms that have passed through the airport and still near the airport. So what I've done is, if you look at my left map here, is I've pulled the power way back because the thunderstorms are going west to east. So no need to race them there. I saw that if I came in a little bit later, the thunderstorms would move out. And I'll show you here, if I go to the left, if I go to the west towards JFK, there's no weather there. So tactically, to slow down the plane, also plan for my alternate should I need it to be Morristown, which is totally in the clear. So you can use your speed sometimes to get in front of a storm and land before it, or to pull it back, come in behind it. Hello, New York, HondaJet 430 Delta Charlie, flight level 210 now.
HondaJet 430 Delta Charlie, New York Center.
So now I can see clearly by the time I get there, that storm, the thunderstorm will have moved out. So now I slowed it way back. So now I can go back to a more normal speed. I'll probably bring it up to like 240, 250. So they're going to have us go out here. By the time we shoot this approach, the weather, like, I would want to go into that. This weather will be over here, and we'll be coming in this way. And the bailout plan is to go to MMU over here, which is definitely in the severe clear. So I've set up for the approach into Farmdale. I'm assuming I'll be able to make it in now. And that's all done.
430 Delta Charlie, descend and maintain 15,000, Canadian altimeter 2950.
2950 on the altimeter, 15,000 altitude, 430 Delta Charlie. Thank you. 5,000.
United 2392 New York Center, Canadian altimeter 2950.
50.
That's a low altimeter setting. Usually portends bad weather, and that's probably because the thunderstorm just came through. Very low pressure, 2950. Not going to change this just yet, and down to 15,000.
430 Delta Charlie, 1,500 feet or greater in the descent, please.
1,500 feet or greater, starting it now, 0 Delta Charlie.
Descend, maintain 11,000, end up.
So you want 1,500 feet or greater, we're giving them that. I want to descend about 250 knots. Again, buy myself a little bit of time. Let that weather clear out a little bit. Once 1,500 feet or greater, got to pull a little more power. See if we can get ATIS.
GPS approaching, landing runway 19. Dunny at 9,000.
Cross Dunny at 9,000 for 430 Delta Charlie. Dunny at 9,000, create.
501, the X center.
All right, you can see it over here.
1058, 9,000 Romeo.
And you can see it.
Triple 1058.
Here's Dunny. So we want to be, it just posted 9,000.
Sorry about that.
And we will get, when it's time to descend, it's not yet. We'll get an indication here. Let's pre-select 9,000 because he wanted me at Dunny at 9,000. Yep. Okay.
Vertical track.
And there we go. In a minute, we'll be descending. Hello, Boston, HondaJet 430 Delta Charlie. Currently at 13,000, and we'll be Dunny 9,000.
430 Delta Charlie, ISO Delta 2950.
29050 Delta Charlie. And the plane's starting to go down on the path.
394 New York approach on 125.907.
Slow speed, 210 knots. Pull some power. So the severe weather now over east of Deer Park, east of my destination. Still some nasty yellow there, but it's to the east of where I'm going to be, and everything to the west is clear. Beautiful. Gives me a great bailout.
Contact Boston Center 124.5.
And I don't think I'll need a bailout. So taking a little bit longer. It would have been a pretty quick trip back. I had a good tailwind, still do 30 knots, but it was not prudent to go full speed and then be right into the thunderstorm. Then you'd only have to divert, go to a different airport. And, you're blowing a lot more time that way.
430 Delta Charlie, descend to maintain 7,000.
7,000 Delta Charlie.
HondaJet 430 Delta Charlie, near approach, ISO altimeter 2949, descend to maintain 4,000, and head 010 vector Deer Park.
Hit the mic just as you were saying the last thing. So 2949er, and I heard Deer Park. What heading, please, for 0 Delta Charlie?
0 Delta Charlie, heading 010 vector for Deer Park.
010 vector for Deer Park, 0 Delta Charlie, thank you.
Yep.
And that's down to 4,000, he's hit. Coming home.
Flight 454.
Okay,
4 miles.
Phelps that.
Cross Corner 2000, cleared ILS runway 24 approach.
Corma 2000, cleared ILS 24 approach.
I'll use 210 on the descent speed. Okay, 010.
29er 50. GPS approaching, use landing runway 19er. Notice to mission. All runways and taxiways 100% wet.
Why would you do that?
Check no temps for change.
Ask for runway 1.
Effective November 28, 2023.
Still further notice. New plans. Procedure short when able to join the RNAV 19er approach.
Yeah, just listen to ATIS for HondaJet 0 Delta Charlie. I don't know why they're using 19er. The winds have come. I'm going to request runway 1 because 19er is still some pretty heavy preset.
0 Delta Charlie, roger. Proceed direct Deer Park for now, and I'll give them a call.
Yeah, and okay, Deer Park for now, 0 Delta Charlie, thanks. Okay, nav that.
X-Flight 454, contact ISO Tower 119.3.
19.3, X-Flight 454.
I mean, I guess I could do 19er, but 1 is a much better choice. I'm all set up for 1, but I could change it, but heading direct Deer Park, and I guess I could do 19. It's starting to clear out there. We were just
from 4,000 to 2,000. All VFR aircraft are advised to maintain at or below 1,500 within Republic airspace while north of the airport. Use caution for weak turbulence north of Republic Airport. IFR departures, advise ground control for taxi or IFR. Read back oral multiple instructions, read back rolling.
I'm sorry, I was listening to ATIS. I need the heading for 0 Delta Charlie. I know direct Willig.
0 Delta Charlie, left turn heading 270, Willig when able to join the RNAV 1 approach.
Excellent, you're the man. 270 on the heading, Willig, and runway 1 RNAV approach.
0 Delta Charlie, not a problem. And descend to maintain 2,000.
2,000, and we're heading direct Willig now, 0 Delta Charlie, thank you. All right, 2,000 Willig, and now that makes a little sense. Okay, we're going to felch that, and I'll take the speed up to 200. No, that makes sense. No, it is clearing out enough. I could have done 19, but 1 was a little bit more logical. And I guess they agreed, so that's good. That's good. Hello, New York, HondaJet 430 Delta Charlie, 2,000 feet, direct load.
430 Delta Charlie, New York, hello, the Republic, altimeter 2949er, information to X-rays, Fahrenheit Republic.
2949er, I do need to get X-ray, I'll be off the freak for about 30 seconds.
430 Delta Charlie, the observation 2116 Zulu, wind 000 at 00. 3 miles visibility, scattered 4,300, ceiling broken 7,000, overcast 9,500, temperature Q4, the 2.22, the altimeter 2950.
Got it. Thanks for all that. 0 Delta Charlie, we now have the enters. There we go. What a nice guy. We got the approach loaded. I can go approach mode, so FMSA.
Delta Charlie, I just gave Republic full current, winds are 1905.
I hate landing with a tailwind, so you know what? I'll switch it around then. Since it did update, I'll take RNAV runway 19. I'll reset up to that. You just have to vector me around.
November 430 Delta Charlie, no problem, sir. Turn right heading 350.
Right, 3500 Delta Charlie. Okay. Now, all right, so that changes things. You never want to land with a tailwind, especially if the runway's been wet and it got a little sprinkle, that's for sure. Heading mode, 350. So now we go back in here. Practice procedure. We're changing it up. Good practice, right? RNAV 19, and it's going to be ZOSAB. And I think it still is 328. We're going to preview that.
November 0 Delta Charlie, I'm going to vector you towards RNAV 19, and if at any point you pick up the field, you just let me know. They say the visibility is improving at the field.
Yeah, I'll still take the approach if you don't mind for 0 Delta Charlie.
430 Delta Charlie, no problem at all. Fly heading at 350. You can plan the RNAV runway 19 approach.
Planning RNAV 19 approach 350 on the heading 0 Delta Charlie. Do appreciate your help.
No problem.
Cool beans. So we're coming in from over here, so it's going to be ZOSAB. And it is still 328, so it's 328 whether it's runway 1 or runway 19 approach. So that is so.
430 Delta Charlie, turn left heading 290, just a short vector to keep you away from ISO departures.
290 on the heading 0 Delta Charlie, no problem. Fine, 290. And just double checking ZOSAB, runway 19. At 200 knots, 2,000 feet, everything's looking good. We're going to go ahead and load and activate. This is, wow, look at the fog bank. Hope you're getting out of the front camera.
New York approach, good
this kind of happens on Long Island. Over the Fire Island. Pretty interesting. So he's going to give us a right turn here. Wow, look at all the traffic. Welcome to New York, folks. 400 feet.
430 Delta Charlie, turn right heading at 360.
Right, 360, 0 Delta Charlie. So we got to be on our game. Because it's wet, it's saying we need 45, 40, about 4,500 feet of the 5,500 feet. We'll go ahead and accept that. We're posting it. And that is the correct chart there. Don't think we're going to need radar anymore. Yeah, it's clear. I can shut down the radar. I can see with my Mark 1 eyeballs. As you look out to the right, the co-pilot side, you can see the weather. But as you look straight ahead to the left, it's a bit hazy. I see the airport. You might get some fog in later, but I don't need the radar really right now. Yeah, there's the airport off the left. We'll still take the approach. So he's got us on a downwind. And we're not going to do ZOSAB. It's going to be vectors to final.
November 5 X-ray, Mike, turn 10 degrees right and contact approach on 120.05. Have a good day. November 430 Delta Charlie, turn right heading 020. Just want to square you up a bit.
0200 Delta Charlie, roger that. Now looking out to the north, still some real weather over in Connecticut.
November 430 Delta Charlie, turn left heading 290. Speed at your discretion.
Speed my discretion, 290 on the heading 0 Delta Charlie. I'm at 200 knots, I'm 204. I have to slow it down a little bit to get into flap speed because we're going to be putting out flaps here in a second. You can see where I am on this approach chart here. And I'll do 1 notch of flaps. 1 notch of flaps coming down.
6253 heavy, just to maintain
flaps in transit.
Maintain 5,000, 6253 heavy.
And we have approach flaps in. And next up is landing gear. Little power to hold. And he's going to give us a turn here. Hopefully. Slick.
November 430 Delta Charlie, 5 miles from Moray, turn left heading 220, maintain 2000, still established on the final approach course, cleared on Av-19 approach.
5 miles from Moray, 220 on the heading, 2000 till established, cleared for the approach RNAV 19 into Farmdale 0 Delta Charlie. 22 on the heading. I just armed the FMS, it's active. I'll hit approach mode, it's FMSA. Well, you can see I'm gonna intercept here. Now, look at the fog banks. You can see a lot of land, but you can't really, even with my glasses, which do add some real good contrast, can't quite make out the airport yet. I know about where it is.
0 Delta Charlie, contact Republic Tower, 118.8, good day.
Over to Republic, have a great day, 0 Delta Charlie, thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, Republic, HondaJet 430 Delta Charlie, coming home with the information. Inbound on the RNAV 19 approach, just inside of Debbie.
HondaJet 430 Delta Charlie, Republic Tower, good evening, the wind's 105, runway 19, clear to land.
Roger the wind, clear to land, 0 Delta Charlie, thank you. Does sound a little funny to say just inside of Debbie, but that means I'm past the Debbie waypoint. Anyhow, I don't want to hear any comments on the YouTube channel. That's the pilot lingo to aircraft traffic control, so. Okay, well, glide slope is active. It's going to be coming down. When I'm 1 notch above, it's coming one dot above, I'm going to be gear down. Now airport and runway are in sight. 158 on the speed. Okay, gear's coming down. Gear in transit. 1, 2, 3 green. 1, 2, 3 green. Gears down, gears down. The next thing up will be landing flaps. I can show that on my checklist. Speed brake we don't need. We got V-rate is 112. We're going to be right on that. Runway's a little wet. So I'm going to go ahead and throw out my landing flaps. Well, I'll give it another second. Okay. Landing flaps now. That's out of the way.
Whiskey, now you're looking for a HondaJet on a 4-mile funnel.
There we are.
Looking for traffic, 1 Hotel Whiskey.
Count on glide slope. Managing power, want to be right on VREF over those numbers. Looking at the steam, I'm assuming that well, I could look down. I can see the roadways are a little bit wet, but
wind's 210 at 6.
210 at 60. That's Charlie. Thank you. All right, we're fully configured. Going for VREF. So powering back. You can see VREF over here. It's going to be 112. Now it's interesting. We're on the autopilot, letting it flying, and you see 3 red, but we're on glide slope. So I think the VASIs are a little bit off. You should see 2 red, 2 white. But whatever. 500 feet. Airport in sight. Runway in sight. Okay, VREF is my big thing. Slowing it down a hair. Autopilot off. I stabilize approach. 114. A little bit power.
Minimums.
Okay, come left a little bit. Okay, power out. Power coming out. Power's out. Okay. Right on it, baby. Gear is down. 1,000-foot marker. That was sweet. That was
4,000.
Nailing the landing. 4,000 feet left. I can stop by
3,000.
3,000 feet. Look at that.
0 Delta Charlie parking.
Atlantic.
0 Charlie, you can make a right Bravo 5. Bravo to the ramp. Have a good night.
Right Bravo 5 to the ramp with you. 0 Delta Charlie. Thank you. Well, I hope you enjoyed that flight. It certainly was eventful on takeoff and getting around the weather. And yeah, and we got to shoot a nice approach. So let us know if there's any questions you have. We do answer those questions or comments. And thanks for joining. Don't forget, if you like what you see, to subscribe. And if you liked it, like it. If you didn't like it, let us know why. Okay. I'll be taxiing into the FBO here in a second. And the plane got a free wash today, too. See any linemen? I think I'll self-park, so to speak. There's that big-ass fuel truck. I am not going to go past that. pull up next to this plane. And we're good. Well, thanks for coming along on the flight. And we'll be posting more soon. Have a great day. Don Catalano from iOptimize Realty, signing out.